Welcome back to the CryptoLabs YouTube channel. We're going to answer a question. Now, this is a legitimate question. What about impermanent loss? I'm not making as much money as I could if I just held the asset. What if I bought it at the low and somehow magically sold it at the high? I would make more money. And so I want to answer this one here. You are not buying more assets. And please listen to this video because this is important. It's a different way of seeing it. And you're going to have to ultimately decide if this makes sense to you or not. It makes sense to me. You are not buying more assets. At best, you're only holding da. But on non-USDC or non-stable coin pairs like Sol Render, you are losing one token for another that's falling with it. I would venture to say you're barely breaking even on that pair. I track my stuff and we're far from only breaking even. Now, I optimize for cash flow because cash flow equals freedom. Holding something and hoping and praying that it hits some target, you're not making any cash flow in the process. And so you have to trade your time for something like a job or you're working or whatever. So to me, it's always optimized for cash flow. Once I'm optimized for cash flow, then I can invest. And a lot of people are broke as F and they're investing. And I'm like, cool, you invest and it doubles or triples. It still changes nothing. We have to optimize for cash flow. I optimize my life for cash flow and then I invest. So, I'm correct. So no matter what pool you're in with Solana, if you would have held Sol for 30 days, you would have 10K, not at 8K. It's simple. I think he's talking about my Orca balance here. You know, I make consistent daily cash flow and I also make consistent cash flow in Sol. And what he's saying is, hey, your pool wouldn't be worth 7,000. It may be worth 8, 9, or 10,000. And he's not wrong. But that's taking into consideration that you bought at the right time and you sold at the right time. Whereas when you're in liquidity pools, you are forced to take profit every single day. I don't care about if, like what could be. So the channel, and again, it's just a differing in view. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. But I think the lens he's seeing this through is very one-dimensional. He's saying, I appreciate the response. You would need to show if you held any of the top 25 tokens for the last 30 days, you would have 8 to 12K. So you having the lower value means I'm correct. Again, he's talking about on paper, a portfolio may look like it's worth more. How many people are selling their entire portfolio to lock in a couple percent gains? Very few people. And now you have nothing in the market. I want to optimize for cash flow. If I can make $300, $400, $500 per day, to me, that is a lot better than holding and praying for the next year that something will be worth more. Now, it's not either or. I play both. I have my cash flow DeFi portfolio, my engine here that pumps me daily cash flow. An example. And I have my bull run portfolio that has also made me, I don't know how much it's made me in the last day, but looks like it's made me $20,000, 6% in the last day. But this bull run portfolio is built from the yields I generate from my cash flow entity. So especially on Solana, I've been doing this for a little while too and done the math. You're going to have to be an expert trader to buy back the buys. So it's just what I'm saying is if you sold, so many people play the on paper, you would have more money. On paper, you'd be doing better. There is a reason why such a small percentage of people who try to play try to time the bottoms and tops win. Most of them lose. Just think about the last bull run. Very few people actually left with profit. Why? Because they never took effing profit. And so I am happy to take on a little bit impermanent loss, which means, hey, on paper, if you would have just held Solana, you'd have a couple $100 more. Versus, hey, I'm in a liquidity pool and maybe my pool has risen in some value and I've been earning fees and making cash flow every single day, and maybe it's not worth exactly as much as the top of Solana would be. But very few people sell the top. And if you actually zoom out far enough, which most people don't, they're looking daily or weekly. If you actually zoom out over months and the profit you've been locking in, and what people also miss is those profits can go to even small cap or mid cap stuff that can see massive appreciation, and they're not even calculating that. because Solana may go up 2x, but you've been investing in stuff that's going to go up 10x. And so people have a very one-dimensional view of the markets. And I'm not saying that the channel 1664 is wrong. He's not. But is he optimized for making maximum, for squeezing, the juice out of the orange, out of the crypto market? Is he optimized? I don't know what the channel 1664's goal is. He may have millions of dollars and he really doesn't care to make cash flow, and he just invests in markets and he's super cool to just chill. Most people aren't there. And so I want to build my bull run portfolio, which is this fella here, by the cash flows that my DeFi portfolio earns, so I get the best of both worlds. And if I can make, again, my goal is usually between $300 to $500 per day. Like, I like to be in that range. If I'm doing that, that's a couple $1,000s, or $10,000 a month that can be flowing into undervalued assets. Or for some of us, and our members kind of do 50-50, it seems, they'll be making whatever you're making. Let's just say you're making $200 a day. A lot of our members are now making $200 to $400 per day because the markets are extremely juicy. Like, there's so much volatility. Channel 1664, people buying, selling, trying to time the tops, trying to time the bottoms. We love that because we get paid a ton of money. We're the bank. We're the market makers. And a lot of our members take half for their lifestyle. They put it on a crypto credit card, and they can actually use it to buy real world stuff with. Some of them are paying their car. You should see some of the testimonials and case studies we have. Hey, my car payments are fully covered by DeFi. Hey, half my mortgage is covered by DeFi. That buys back their time. And to me, time is more important than money. Full stop, not even close. You wave $1 million in front of me, but you tell me, hey, you got to work 20 hours a day. You have no freedom for the next 3 years and you can't do anything else. Or, hey, I'll give you $5,000 a month, which I don't know how much that would be over a year, but $60,000. So over 3 years, that's 612. That's 200 grand over. So I'll give you 3 or 4 times less, but it'll be cash flow every single month. And you don't have to work. You don't have to trade your time for money. Then I can devote 7 days a week, 30 days a month. I can devote as much time as I want building something that is actually aligned with me, that will make ultimately much more money than the $1 million ever would anyways, or it just gives me fulfillment and joy and pleasure. And to me, that's success. So I optimize for cash flow. That said, I want the best of both worlds. So we're constantly investing in undervalued assets that have a high chance of appreciation, because there is no right or wrong here. I just want to tap into every opportunity and play the game holistically. A lot of people are playing the crypto game one-sided, or they're saying Solana is the best or Bitcoin's the best. I'm like, well, it's true if you're just looking at it from an amateur's point of view, and most people are playing this game as amateurs, full-blown amateurs. And I can tell when someone's picking a side. You're wrong, I'm right. It's like, okay, I get it, but I wonder what would happen if we just zoomed out a little bit. Because, just like channel 1664, he's right. If you're playing a small game, the amateur game, he's right. If you're playing a one-dimensional game, he's right. But when you zoom out, it's not so black and white. It's not so simple. Cash flow over here, appreciation over here. Let this one pump. Let your cash flow pump your appreciation, pump your bull run bag, or fund your lifestyle. The financial freedom is created by cash flow. Full stop. If you earn in passive income more than your expenses, you are financially free. It is not a net worth number, and people are still skipping that. They're missing that. Now you get your cash flow high enough, and you can take the excess cash and you can start investing it like crazy. That's what I do. But I want both worlds. I want the best of both. But if I had to choose between either or, I'd choose cash flow all day. All day. Because it buys back your time. I really hope this makes sense. I really hope this lands. Ultimately, you got to come up with your own strategy and say, what's important to me? What's my end goal? Where am I trying to get to? And then we build a plan from there. But to try to say this is right or this is wrong without having that long-term plan, it's so foolish. And most people in crypto are playing that game, which is why most lose, which is why it's so easy to win in this game, because people are lacking the overall strategy in their own life, and they're just following anything they see on Twitter or even anything they see on YouTube. Like, don't listen to me. Don't just do exactly what I say. It's why I try not to share specific things. But if you are going to listen to one thing from me, it's like, let's zoom out, let's build an overall strategy, let's treat this like a business. And a business has an objective, it has KPIs. We just interviewed a member client. They're earning over $6,500, $6,300, I think almost $7,000 a month now. First thing they said, build this as a business. That is the best piece of advice that I've gotten or that I can give. Build it as a business. Treat it like a business. And he has metrics and objectives and KPIs. And instead of employees, he has money working for him, making him more money. That's my time. I really hope this helps somebody out there. If you did like this video, like and subscribe. Do check out the YouTube channel. I mean, even check out this video, Yield Farming in a Red Market. Let me know what you think. With that said, I'm going to leave my little mug in the middle, and I'm going to put some videos up here and here and here and here for your viewing and educational pleasures and purposes. Study this stuff. It's worth it. Hang out on this YouTube channel for a bit. Subscribe. Check some stuff out. And with that said, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.